Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Dutchy. Today I'm going to do a VOD review of the current number one ranked 1 Vi in the world. It's on patch 12.8. It's Jungle Vi versus Volibear. Um, I'm just going to be analyzing his decision making early on in the game, and we're just going to reflect on this to try to improve in our future games. Today, for instance, I trained CSing the jungle creeps, trying to manipulate the camps and leash them out the furthest they can tether before their aggro resets, and just trying to get from camp to camp as fast as possible. I'm going to point out some like micro mistakes by him just because I'm being extremely critical coming from the standpoint of another one-trick pony on Vi. So we're going to analyze this. We're going to break him down. Um, uh, we're going to break him down. Uh, Entirely. So it's Fullmute Titan right now. He's going lethal tempo, and lethal tempo is nice because then you have the ability to go Triumph and Alacrity and Last Stand, and still go into the Resolve tree and get conditioning and unflinching, which is pretty huge. So I'm gonna just predict that he's gonna go Steel Plates. That's a lot of MR and a lot of CC. He could go Merc Treads, but he wouldn't get the stacking from his tenacity from his um, unflinching rune. So we're going to see what's going on with that as far as build path goes, but he chooses to go Red Smite into Volibear, and that's understandable because you got Varus, you're dealing with Kale. Red Smite's a good option here. Um, with the fact that he has an assassin already, Samira with Cleanse, and GP with Exhaust. It's understandable. He decides to put the early ward on his red side, even though he's weak side this game. And that's good because then he doesn't have to compete for Pixel Brush topside and kind of telegraph his decisions. So he dropped the ward, he reset, he grabbed oracles, now he's back. He's going to start red side camp. Luckily he's got GP to help him out here. It's looking like he's going to full clear. And full clear's been a good decision here into early game junglers because this Volibear is going to try to create a lot of map pressure early on in the game. And what the Vi can do is he can match his early clear, which is essentially like your, quote, proactively, reactively playing, which I don't even fully understand that term when coaches talk about it, nor do I think it's the best decision here because, let's see. Well, because if he full clears, not only will he be up in golden experience, but he'll be able to have his second sequence be more fluid. But that's just a hypothesis, and this always tends to happen that the Volibear will get off multiple ganks and create a ton of map pressure and, force all your laners to get behind. Meanwhile, you get a little ahead. So that's why I typically don't go for a full clear. But, that's debatable. Most coaches would suggest going for a full clear. Let's see. Those should all die as long as he didn't. So see what he did there? He managed to stutter step. Right here, he's stutter stepping. You guys are probably thinking, why is he stutter stepping? But here, let me see what I can do. So this is a really small note in that the burn damage. So to leash out the camp, the way the Big Wraith works is that the maximum distance before it starts to lose aggro and the tether resets is like right here. But, the small camps you can pull out till roughly here. And what he's doing here is he's allowing the burn to apply. He's allowing the burn to apply right here before walking into this next step. Because if he moves one more pixel forward, or 4 or 5 pixels forward, however you want to judge that, what's going to happen is those last 2 or 3 camps that were here that were at 1 tick of burn. If he crosses this path right here, just 1 or 2 steps ahead, these camps will not finish burning and they'll actually reset, which is extremely punishing. So let's watch him do that again. That was pretty smooth. Watch this. Stutter, stutter. Allow the second to tick, and then he proceeds. He gets the clear, so he 3 camps. That's an extremely slow 3 camp. So blue side 3 camp, I imagine could be quicker than that, but so he's crossing into blue quadrant at 250. That to me is slow. if I go red to Wraith and cross, I can be in the middle of the lane. I've been training this lately, and I can be in the middle of the lane without a leash, smiting my red camp, which is exactly what he did, roughly around 2:15. So if I skip this camp, I can shave off 35 seconds of my clear and have that 35 seconds of pressure on the map. And unfortunately, with him starting red, he wasn't really able to, 2 camp or 3 camp and shadow his top laner, resulting in Gangplank getting like a wave 2, like he got wave 2 gang. So when Volibear showed, he only did a single camp. He only hit level 2 and went for an extreme cheese. And now we're gonna decide, or we're gonna recognize if that helped the Volibear or hurt him. Because in solo queue, the issue is when you help your laners like this, like he's helping his Kale out. If they're not a duo queue, this can come back to bite you in the ass, because let's say he gets that Kale first blood, or even quote helps out the Kale. And let's say Kale did get the kill. In this scenario, Volibear got the kill. But if Kale got the kill and you're at 1 camp, and it's approaching the 2-minute 30-second mark or 2-minute 45-second mark, and look at me, I'm here 3 camps deep, already in blue quadrant. I have a major level, major gold, major sequence advantage on this Volibear, who's now actually playing catch up as a result. What can this Volibear do at this point? If he started blue after that gank, what's he going to do? He's going to do boom, 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 and then, we're going to challenge him at the bottom crab. But that being said, we're going to be like level 4, he'll be like level 2 or level 3, or he'll barely, be like level 3.5, and we'll just be able to win that scuttle fight. So that's my prediction here, and let's see how this ends up playing out. Being level 3 for Wolves really helps a lot to clear the camp. So it's 319. He's aware that if he goes Gromp here, he might lose the scuttle, because we've noticed Volibear in his pattern, he's already willing to sacrifice camps for skirmishes. So we skip Gromp here, since we already 5 camped, plus we won a scuttle. So we're 6 camps in, 24 CS, and now it's the time to hover bot. Wow, his laners do it all without him. He's just there to shadow. Perfect decision. And now what he can do is he can retreat and go Gromp and reset. And that was really good, because, for instance, if he went Gromp there, not only would he have an opportunity to get the scuttle taken by the Volibear, who's much further behind than he is, which you wouldn't want to allow, because then you can't challenge the scuttle and kill him. He managed to be bot and shadow for them, just in case Volibear showed, or just in case they were going to lose that 2v2. So really, really good safe play, really, really good decision. He ends up falling back and finishing his Gromp and resetting. And out of base, he's going double long boots. And this is something that I've been doing more recently too on Vi. The early Sheen used to be nice. In my head, it was critical, like crucial to have. Like I thought it quote helped me so much, but flat AD goes a long way. Being an on hit, or being an auto attacking, bruiser, someone who really wants to get up there and get those autos in. He went lethal tempo. Same deal would have been with Halo Blaze. I still value the AD, the flat AD, over the Sheen. That being said, maybe he was 50 gold shy of, maybe he just was 50 gold shy of Sheen Longsword, and because Sheen Longsword would have been, 1050. So maybe he only had 1,000. And I have no way to track that, I don't think. Wait, let me see, actually. Let's see. If he had 1,000 gold, it's understandable why he would go double long boots, because he's 50 gold shy of Sheen Longsword. So let's take a look. Where can I see the gold in his pocket? Unfortunately, I cannot. But I gotta say, I'm assuming he's just shy of Sheen Long. But I could see the value in boots as well. For instance, I've even been messing around and teching water walking some games just because the movement speed is just so advantageous, and I'm still on the fence whether Treasure Hunter or Relentless is better, because when I play with Relentless Hunter, I just feel like I have the old Mobies on, like you're just zooming. So he did the red start full clear down, meaning coming out of base, it's telegraphed. We can all assume that he's gonna go from top to bottom for his next sequence, which is good because if he's not going to invest that early time into Kale to shut her down, um, playing for obviously bot lane would be the next choice. So, he did not play to counter gank or to shut down the Kale, which is fine because, like I said, now we're looking at him. He's up 2 camps on the other jungler, and it's only 5 minutes. You're up 2 camps. That's huge. That's 200 gold. You got 200 gold swing over the other guy. So we got the RNG here coming for bot side scuttle. He pops the oracles. He sees the play. It looks like we can pick up a double kill here, all things considered. Now, if he's able to kite it out, there we go. You love to see it. You love to see it. A lot of players, they cannot time, and they have a difficulty predicting your blast shield, your passive bonus. So 15% of your maximum health will be converted into a shield, and that's huge, because it's based off of max health, not current health. So that Varus turned on him because he was going to die regardless, but the Vi's able to survive through it with her passive. So sequencing down, first sequence sequencing down, second sequence sequencing down. He's able to time it to counter gank bottom lane where the Volibear showed, and not only pick up a triple kill, but get the dragon for free. Luckily his mid has priority there, otherwise, there could have been a potential for Victor to show up. But all things considered, he made that decision to go for the dragon, ultimately based off of the mid's prio, despite getting the triple kill bot. Still works out, and then he does the same thing. He sequenced, he made a play bot, he fell back to Gromp. He sequenced, he made a play bot, he fell back to Gromp. No, we're not thinking about buying solar panels. We're thinking about how to win. All right. So coming out of base, he's got Call of Fields, Kindle, Gem, and Sheen. Love to see it. Love to see it. He's 3-0. He's got a major bounty on himself here. So now, this is the part where he's got to play even more safe than he had been. Because if he dies, he's giving up 650 gold to his killer. So good deal. He gets the E proc, hits them all. He gets the max damage Q. So now third sequence, like as I predicted, top lane's an island. He's never had to go there. Despite Volibear, check this out. Check this out. Despite Volibear spending his time going up there and helping her out in the first sequence, she's still 1-3. I didn't see pick ban phase, so I don't know who picked first, but I could assume that GP had the ability to counter since we're weak side. And if you guys don't know, well, if you guys don't know, first of all, weak side is this top quad, is the top side here, and statistically, blue side has roughly a 2 to 3% higher win rate, and algorithmically that results in the top side. If you're playing top side in League of Legends in a solo queue game, you are always the higher MMR team, and you are second pick because blue side gets to pick first, and then it goes top side picks two. So what that means is that generally speaking, top lane or mid, one or the other, has the ability to counterpick the blue side. So it seems like I'm unaware of matchups, but it seems like Gangplank was able to counterpick into the Kayle, being better for you at helping your decision making to determine your winning side or what side you want to play towards. So here he is, third sequence. He's got red buff. He's full clear and down again. So the value of the full clear and the value of not cheesing someone, a lane that for the Volibear, the Kayle was going to lose. So he had to get the Kayle ahead by shutting down GP. It worked out, but we all know that death timers in the first 3 or 4 minutes are extremely low. When you're such a low level. So GP was just able to TP back in a lane and probably lose literally close to no experience. And Kayle not having TP means she had to base and walk all the way back up, actually giving probably GP the ability to crash that wave if we went back and watched that. He probably crashed wave 3 on her or something like that. But anyway, let's see. So he's full clearing down, and now we're gonna see it unfold. The guy who cheesed and didn't full clear, the early game jungler, and the early game bruiser who decided to full clear and not cheese. Played toward bot side, played toward top side. Two different play styles, two different decisions, two different hypotheses. So now here we are, fourth sequence, fourth buy. Fourth buy, he gets Divine, and 9-minute Divine, you love to see it. So now obviously Rift is the play. If he can create some pressure without blindly starting it, that's huge. Alright, he gets the RNG on the top side scuttle here. He's able to get there before the Volley is. Volley's on map bot side, so Volley's making a critical mistake here. So Vi's got this Volibear on the ropes, essentially. Like, Volibear is now playing bot side, trying to recover from, the fact that he hasn't been able to be there enough. Now he's down 30 creeps. They're down a dragon. He wasn't even aware enough to make it topside to defend the Herald. This is just looking beautiful for the Vi here. I can see how full-time Mute made it to be the number 1 Vi currently. I mean, and now it's just absolute abuse. He's just took his blue. He's got Rift. He can drop Rift top. They can look for this dive. That's a pretty risky play if the Vi is unaware that, Kayle's ult's not up or down, but maybe his teammate mentioned to him that maybe the Gangplank at some point, pinged and said, hey, Kayle's ult's down, come and dive. And so now they have Rift, and now they're going to crack the map open. Now they're going to create so much momentum, the other team's just not going to know what to do. This is disgusting to watch, by the way. Alright. Let's see. So now he gets a reset off. I'm thinking boots too. As I predicted, he goes tabbies. And he goes pickaxe. Huge. Good value. Better value than ruby and long here. And a pink. Much better value. 25 flat AD is massive. So now you can recognize he's got all 4 camps up. So now it's just a matter of decision. This Vi could have easily went to play his topside quadrant, but why didn't he now? I want to ask you guys this. Why didn't he go topside and full sequence down? And put a comment, comment in my comments below if you know why he didn't do this route, coming out with this 5th sequence or whatever this sequence is. And spoiler alert, I'll tell you why. It's because he's got the timer on second Drake. You know, although they can afford to give second Drake and have it be 1-1, and then he has Herald advantage. Him coming and playing this quadrant when both of his camps are up as well helps him shadow his bot lane here, because the bot lane's pushing in pretty heavy. They're like way up here, so he plays bot side. He's able to shadow bot lane. He's able to create a play and sweep out the bottom side river for this upcoming dragon. And I'm assuming he's going to come here. Like I said, he's going to sweep out. He should skip both camps or hover Gromp, and then look to create an opportunity with dragon. That being said, Pyke's mid, Akali's basing. He no longer has that opportunity. Without mid prio, you cannot go for something like that blindly. So here we go. He goes Gromp into Wolves, a path he didn't necessarily want to do, but was a good adaptive play. So now he should begin his oracles, and he's going to sweep it out. Maokai's here because it's obvious. If anyone knows anything about macro, this is his obvious best decision here to move the game. That being said, Maokai drops a pink in a place he can't defend it. Pretty foolish. Oh no! Wow, Volibear flashes in. Okay, they get the Pyke. They're a little deep. Akali didn't rotate just yet. Akali comes in. Akali comes in a little late. Kale, was that a Kale walk in or did Kale TP in? Oh, Kale doesn't have TP. So even Kale was aware that they were going to go for second Drake. And that was hectic, man, but that worked out. Luckily, Akali came in late. Luckily, Samira had CDs. Didn't even have to blow them. Yeah, that worked out. So that's a good opportunity for the Vi to die. And if I was Vi, I'm walking down and I'm playing bot side again. I'm not going for my red right now. I want to contest dragon. I want to apply pressure. I want to make this Volibear make a decision that he doesn't want to have to make. So he could clear this out, and then he could shadow mid. GP did a map swap. He switched the map, so now he's bot. They got Samira mid. GP took two tier 1 and tier 2 top. That's huge. And with GP switching the map like that, they couldn't even play for Drake. He just gets it for free. So GP dying there is completely high value for the team. Completely okay. Fully acceptable. Wow. Okay. Huge. The Pyke coming down as well, huge. Samira being there as well, massive. So now Vi has ult. Okay, I wanted to see that. That's what I wanted to see. The Vi ulted, and let's see just how 4-head that or how 5-head that was. Is he able to ult and block the stun? Good. Let's take a look. Because I hope you guys know, as Vi 1 tricks here, Vi's ultimate stops any form of CC. She becomes unstoppable, similar to Malphite. So let me take a look. I don't know if that's even a mechanic, if she can buffer it like that. Okay, no, she still does get stunned, but it's still beautiful, because essentially what she's able to do is have Victor be airborne during most of the duration or partial duration of her stun or something like that. It sure seemed like it. So not only did he steal Volibear's last blue, but he's here to steal his third red. And that being said, if I was him, I would still shadow bot lane here and try to make a push on the tower. Oh, nope, Samira's gonna base. Never mind. That's fine. Maybe tower dies to creeps. Once again, though, tier one bot is not as high value right now as suppressing this Volibear further by stealing all of his camps in his red side quadrant. Man, this is just domination, man. I don't know what to tell you. He's shitting on him. So instead of basing after stealing red side quadrant, he could have timed his base with Samira maybe, and then switched the map and played for that top side. But it looks like you know, GP, Pike, and Akali were able to, you know, get something like a 1-for-1 or ultimately a 1-for-2, which is pretty good. So now we have second Herald spawning. He gets maximum value by taking his blue quadrant and then going into his top side. And at this point, he's neglecting his golem just to get on the map here. And that's very good. And everyone knows that. So right here, as this Maokai flashes, you have like, you know, as Vi, you have like a moment where you can, if you're on low enough ping, you have a moment where you can press R on him and follow him. Okay. And he ensured it by placing the ward here. So he places the ward and presses R. That was pixel perfect. He's got to be on a fairly low ping. That was beautiful. Pops his oracles when he's making an objective play. Gets his second herald in time. Alright, picks up second herald, and nope, I'm not going to base. My team's hella deep. You know, he's got to play with them, even if it's a bad idea. So here, if they're able to get a pick or create a play or get a kill, then it can look like a really good opportunity to rift. That being said, Pike goes pretty psycho and gets in there for a dive. Wow, that was chaotic. I have to check that out one more time. Let's see. Tower's pretty low. He had a decision here to drop Herald. But that being said, they're all 5 here. They have a wave, and the other team's not all together yet. So this tower's going down regardless Herald gets summoned or not. Pike comes for a flank. Gets a hook on Victor here, and then is able to jump out. That was good. And like I said, at this point, the more kills you get, so he went from a 350 gold bounty to a 550 gold bounty. And as I said, he has to be even more safe with his decisions. So in this scenario, he wasn't able to blindly go all in there. He played the outskirts of the fight, and he avoided death, despite losing, you know, a teammate. But they commit for something like a 3-for-1, which is good. So you know, they don't ride the rift in. They just get the inhib. 18-minute inhib here is okay, because they already have so much of the map opened up. They got tier 2s all across the board, so they can choose to. Oh no, they don't. They still have bot tier 2, but top's open. It was a good decision for him here to go Raptors and then reset. He picks up the Death Dance, and then it looks like he's building some item I'm not familiar with. Alright, so now we're looking at Third Drake being picked up. Now they're sitting at Soul Point, and they have 2 Heralds, and they're up literally, what, like, they're up 4 towers. So with Akali being so ahead, oh my god, Akali and GP were bot. That's why they were looking to get a pick on Samir or Pike. He auto attack cancel he canceled his auto attack animation there, but that's whatever. His team's just able to 4v5, it looks like. I like the fact that Akali and GP push bot, so that it was able to get to this point. Ooh, and that's his mistake for not being there. Apparently they're not able to quite 4v5 just yet. That being said, he gets the tier 3 bot, which is huge. So there's a possibility that he'll get caught here at Raptors. That's why he sweeps. But he's level 14. He can basically one-shot the camp. So he gets away with it. He's gonna give that. Oh, he didn't play to give it, but he could have, should have given it. Akali's like really ahead. Champions with energy work really well with the blue buff as well. So, if I was him, I'd skip golems and join the fight. Baron's the play here. Bots opened up. They were able to get a push on it, but it looks like it's slow pushing into bottom anyway. They still got the super minions middle, so they don't really need a laner there. It's going to push naturally very fast, giving their team an opportunity to play towards top lane. The only tier 3 tower they have up. So all those things considered here, they can dance Baron, they can let bot push in, and naturally lose the inhibitor. Victor just showed on the map though, making this a 4v5 if they do decide to fight it. So baiting out the enemy here to draw them towards the Baron is a good idea. A couple of their teams go and challenge them in their blue side quadrant, not even allowing them to get to the river, which is turned out to be a decent decision. They lost 2, but they got a 2 for 2 and secured Baron, leaving 3 of his teammates on Baron. And you love to see it. The 3 players that are on Baron are all in 3 different lanes, giving Baron its maximum value. 2 just showed top. GP just killed Victor, so we know that it's only Kale here who can rotate down onto you. So he doesn't quite have the timing to get the second inhibitor bot lane, but once again he can go and steal the camps. He's just he completely suppresses Volibear this game. It's unbelievable to see. He's up 100 creeps. It's amazing. Wow, so much to learn from this game. So now they're at Soul Point. We got Drake coming up in like 25, 35, 40 seconds. His team's doing the right thing, already playing the bottom side of the map. They said you can keep your top side tower, man. We're going to run it down here. So coming out of base, he skips his camps, as you should. Create that map pressure, get on the board quickly. He's there just in timing for the Drake, but getting slow point here and his team getting aced isn't worth it. And it's looking like they might get into a 3v5 right now. Because Samira's mid. They didn't know that till now, so Kale went mid. Alright, that was worth. He gets a free soul. Uncontested. His team didn't overextend here, giving him the opportunity to join him. Yeah, I was going to say the GP recall here would have sucked. Alright, so they're able to get bot inhib off that. Really, really good. They got the middle inhibitor minions already riding in, so Samira and Pyke have been working that. And now if they play this somewhat safe, they can wait for this next super minion wave to come in. But then Victor would be up, so they more or less have to force something, I guess. I'll be honest, the Vi played that a little bit forced. You know, like I said, right here, you know, your decisions are, you know, you can recognize there's a few things to determine. Victor's up in 29 seconds. We got supers in the middle of the map, slowly about to kill that wave and approach. We got Baron minions riding in right now. We just destroyed the bot inhibitor, or the bot inhibitor, so we can't, you know, these won't be super minions, but it's a cannon wave. So ride this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all 5 here. They can ride this in and they can play for this tower. Not the other tower, this tower. So, like I said, let's see how that works. And what I had said was they could have slow played this a little better, waiting for the second supers coming in, but we already knew the GP wanted to leave, and he's pretty low on resources. And this could be an opportunity to throw if they fuck up, you know, despite having the massive lead. So there's still some area to play safe. Let's see, this works out perfectly. So right here, they're doing good. They're doing real good. They have no need to force this. They still got 22 seconds on Victor. The middle wave will be coming. It probably won't get there until right around the time Victor spawns. Let's see how that works out. Oh, did he just get flash engaged on? No, he didn't. That was just a Maokai W or a Maokai root. Okay. Unfortunately, it happens in tower range, so now he's getting clapped. And that's just an extremely minor mistake by the Vi to, you know, recognize that the Maokai had a window to engage there, and she could have spaced better. But at the same time, it's 25 minutes in. You got Soul. You're up like 30 kills or whatever. You got a ton of bounties. There's some pressure on this player. You know, this player. That's why this player got caught here, is because he's thinking, well, shit. I got 13 seconds to get this tower cracked and to end the game before it's a straight 5v5, and my boys need a base, and you know, mid supers aren't even here yet. Let me try to force something. It's okay. You know, everyone makes mistakes. Alright, Samira solo kills Varus. They get the turret destroyed before Voli can ult. And his team cleans it up for him. You love to see it. Really well done. This game would have been completely different. That game would have been completely different if, say, Akali didn't snowball as hard as she did, you know, because he did not play around Akali at all, but she ended up doing extremely well. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. It's been your boy Dutchy. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys learned something. Peace.